MERMAIL Atlanteans just got new support in the new core booster set, and here I'm going to be showcasing a one card combo that ends on 3 disruptions, Moon Glacier discard for 2, a random draw, follow up, and plays through Nibiru. That is pretty insane. And if you compare it to what Nephthybis used to do, it used to just end on a pop and follow up. That's basically it. So this combo is pretty insane, and it doesn't require any crazy bricks. You're not playing like Coelacanth or any of these like really crappy replay, cards that just not practical. This is pretty practical. You're probably going to be playing all of these cards in any MERMAIL Atlantean deck you're going to be playing in the near future. So let's just get into the combo. Enough rambling. We're going to normal summon Nephthybis the Atlantean Prince. We all know this effect. We're going to use the effect to send the new MERMAIL Shadow Bodyguards, which also counts as an Atlantean. So if you're wondering, this is legal. So we're going to add Dragoons to our hand. And now what this card does is that the first effect is not really relevant in this combo, at least. It says you can discard 1 card to the graveyard. So it's a on-field effect. It's not like you could discard, a random card from your hand, like while this card's in your hand to activate it. It's on field. So you can discard 1 card to the graveyard. The levels of all water monsters you currently control become level 7 until the end of this turn. And then it says if this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster effect, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Atlantean or MERMAIL monster from your deck except itself, and then you're locked into water monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, which doesn't really matter in MERMAIL Atlanteans. It matters a lot. I would say like this deck would be even more broken than it already is, but I'd say it's like pretty fair and balanced, I would say. So we're going to use the effect of the bodyguards, and that's going to special summon the MERMAIL Abyss Pike. And if you don't know, the new other MERMAIL Atlantean card is a level 3, so we're going to use the effect to send the Dragoons, and we're going to use the effect of Pike to add the Abyss Shrine, the Atlantean Spear. This card is pretty powerful. It says this card is also treated as a MERMAIL card, which is pretty good. It says you contribute this card from your hand and 1 Atlantean or MERMAIL monster from your hand or field. Take 1 level 7 take 1 level 7 fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Also, you are locked into waters. And then the other effect is really strong as well. It says during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard and discard 1 card to the graveyard and then draw 1 card. So the first effect is pretty good because it gets to any level 7 fish, sea serpent, or aqua. You're going to see in a bit why that's pretty important for this combo. But just for an example, like Coelacanth is a level 7 fish monster, I believe, and you can just search it. So this is pretty powerful, I would say. And the graveyard effect also lets you trigger your Atlanteans and MERMAIL cards on your opponent's turn as well, which is pretty solid. So let's just get back into the combo. We're going to use the effect of Dragoons that we sent off of the Pike, and we're going to add any sea serpent. This doesn't matter what sea serpent this is. It could just be any sea serpent monster and it's fine. So now we're going to use the effect of Abyss Shrine, and we're going to tribute off the Nephthybis so we can add to our hand Ice Jade Ran Adrin, which is a level 7 that you can add off of the Abyss Shrine, which is pretty strong. And now we're going to use the effect of the Nephthybis to summon back the Dragoons. And as you can see, this is 2 level 4s, which goes into, you guessed it, Bahamut Shark into Toad. Now, if you're counting with me, Nephthybis was the first summon, Abyss Pike was the second summon, Dragoons was the third summon, and now we're going to use those 2 to go into Bahamut Shark, which is the 4th summon. And now we're going to use the effect of Bahamut Shark to summon out Toad on the 5th summon. So now you are Nibiru proof, you're hand trap proof at this point. So it's pretty powerful. And now, since we've detached the Dragoons from our Bahamut Shark, we're going to use the effect of Dragoons, and that is going to add Moon Glacier to your hand. And now you have 4 water monsters in graveyard, 5 now because you use the effect of the Ran Adrin. And now you're going to use the effect of that to special summon itself from the hand, summon the token, and now you have 5 water monsters in your graveyard, and now you are able to summon out Moon Glacier. So now already you have a nib proof combo, plus you've discarded 2 cards from your opponent's hand. And that's not it. That's not it. You're going to link these two, or sync these two off first, and go into the Ice Jade Gimmer Adrian, and now you're going to link these two off into the MERMAIL Atlantean. Really strong card. And now you've ended on 3 disruptions. Now you're like, Celza, this is just 2 interruptions. The Gimmer is an interruption, Toad is an interruption. How do you get to your 3rd disruption? I'll answer that right now. So on your opponent's turn, you're going to use the effect of Toad. Toad is then going to use its graveyard effect to add Dragoons to your hand. Then you're going to use the effect of Abyss Alacia to get to follow up to your hand, and then trigger the Dragoons. Dragoons is going to add the heavy infantry, and now you're going to use the effect of the Abyss Shrine in the graveyard, and that is going to be able to send the heavy infantry from your hand to the graveyard to draw a random card. And best case scenario, it's going to be a hand trap. And now you've ended on 3 disruptions, Moon Glacier, a random draw, which could be a hand trap, and follow up with the Abyss Shrine. So this is pretty insane for a 1-card combo. Again, if I didn't mention this already, Neptibus never used to end on anything close to this. It was literally like Abyss Alacia pass with a pop on its own. With a water monster, you end on Moon Glacier, but that's it. This ends on 3 disruption that plays through Nib and a random draw, and like it's just really good, and follow up, which is really good in 2024 Yu-Gi-Oh. So this deck is pretty powerful. I would say the new support definitely helps the deck going first. It gives it more 1-card combo starters, which is really good for 2024 moving into 2025 Yu-Gi-Oh. And I think the deck does play through hand traps because a shrine is, you know, an extender, which adds another extender, which is really good. Which is really good. And then also the bodyguards is another extender if you send it to the graveyard to activate a water monster effect. So there's just a lot of synergy now with the MERMAIL Atlantean cards, because before they just didn't really do much together besides adding the Megalo to your hand, which I really don't think Megalo is needed anymore, especially because of the Link 3. So I'm gonna, you know, head off. I'm going to maybe post a deck profile later talking more in depth about the deck and, you know, how good it is and how to play it moving forward. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I am out. Peace.